As soon as he was born, he latched automatically. It was fantastic. He just knew what to do, and he sucked, and the midwives were like, oh my goodness, look at his cheeks. And he was born to breastfeed, this baby. And it was lovely. It was just so nice. It's quite emotional thinking back about it now. And as you said, you look and you're watching your baby and you're feeding them and they're growing and feeding off you. You know, it's amazing. You think, I did that. Look at this big stonker. I produced that, you know.
The survival of our species has long depended on two key factors: mothers providing their milk for their babies, and mothers having a strong instinct to love and protect them. The link between feeding and caring for babies is very powerful, with the hormones responsible for milk production also influencing maternal behaviour. This results in the desire for mothers to nurture and protect their baby. Oxytocin is an ancient hormone which supports love and bonding, but also enhances physical and emotional well-being in both mother and baby. Skin-to-skin contact and keeping mothers and babies close will encourage frequent feeding and boost hormone responses. This is nature's way of ensuring babies are cared for.
Her first question was, why do you want to breastfeed? And I'm like, why not? To me it seemed really automatic and, natural.
It was just this need. Every cell in my body was telling me just, I need to feed my baby.
Breastfeeding has also been recognised throughout the centuries as a means of not only providing nutrition, but also as a perfect way to nurture, comfort and console babies and young children. The term responsive feeding, which is incorporated into the baby-friendly standards, can help staff communicate the message that breastfeeding is a reciprocal relationship, providing everything a baby needs in terms of nutrition and protection, but also supporting the emotional needs of both mother and baby.
If she's hungry, she can try to stick her tongue out and then like this, or try to put her fingers in her mouth, and then that she's hungry. But if she's hungry, you need to feed her as soon as she shows the sign. Otherwise, she just get upset and wouldn't go for a feed. She would just be crying, and then you have to try to cuddle her, make her forget everything, wait for 10 or 15 minutes, and then try to feed her again.
It just was so against both mine and my husband's instinct to just want to soothe and settle our baby that we just we did every time, or before he even cried, just every time he would whimper or be fussy, I would know, okay, well, let's try the breast. And yeah, as I said, very quickly learned my favourite little expression, really, just using the breast for comfort, and then the nutrition takes care of itself. So we just fed responsively, or responsive feeding as you call it, just every time that he needed a feed or needed anything, just pick him up and try the breast.
In the early days, weeks and sometimes months, babies will need to feed often as they are growing at a significant rate, and they also need the reassurance that their mother is near. Staying close both day and night will enable mother and father to get to know their baby, respond to their cues and needs, and it will help form the strong bonds which in turn will support baby's brain growth and development. Parents should be reassured that they won't spoil their baby or make them more clingy by responding to their needs, but will in fact help their baby to grow up confident and independent in the knowledge that they are loved and valued.
And it is amazing, and it is a very close, loving relationship, and it's nice to be able to lie, especially lying at night. The first time I had to get up all the time at night and had to position myself with pillows, and it was just so awkward. And I knew I'd be awake for an hour, and you're not moving, and you're so tired, and you're sitting there, and it's very stressful. But this time round, it was so much more chilled. He lies next to me in the bed, he just latches on and feeds.
I had a much better experience with her, but you can't, that closeness, and I think it's just being able to look at them and say, I did that. They're growing and they're happy and healthy, and it's 100% from your body and everything that you've put into it, and it just, you can't beat that feeling.
It's important to ensure mums are supported to breastfeed correctly and to learn the signs that their baby is getting enough milk. They should be talked through how to hold and attach their baby for effective breastfeeding, as well as how to hand express. Support should be tailored to mother's needs and should include information on responsive feeding as part of building up a loving relationship. Staff should continue to offer help whilst mum is in the hospital until she is confident, with at least 2 breastfeeding assessments in the first week. This care will be carried on once mum is home by the community midwife and health visitor.
If someone points out to you what you're doing, and if someone acknowledges it, what you're doing, and if they
they praise you for what you're doing, you begin to realise what it actually is, which is something that is praiseworthy, acknowledgeable and important, and it gives you the strength to carry on and do your best at it.
Full details on achieving the standard are in the Baby Friendly Initiative Guide to the Standards. Baby Friendly's Guide to Having Meaningful Conversations with Mothers talks through how to make the most of your time with a mother and provide effective, compassionate, mother-centred care. The Baby Friendly leaflet, Building a Happy Baby, has more information on responsive feeding and building close and loving relationships. The Department of Health leaflet, Off to the Best Start, has information on breastfeeding. Caring for your baby at night is a helpful tool to talk parents through safe sleeping. For any persistent or complex problems, see our statement on additional and specialist support as a requirement for our standards. These resources, along with useful forms such as a mother's checklist for breastfeeding, breastfeeding assessment forms, and our video on hand expression technique, are available through the Baby Friendly website.